There's a Chinese saying called 台上一分鐘，台下十年功, which means 1 minute on the stage takes 10 years of practice. The first time I saw a lion dance performance in Seattle, that was when I was 4 years old. Mak Fai was performing at a grand opening of a supermarket, and then I saw lion dancing, and that's how I decided I want to be part of this. So my family actually knew Sifu Mak Fai, and at a young age, I really wanted to learn Kung Fu and lion dancing. Then growing up in Seattle, Chinatown, I always watched Mak Fai perform, and through an after-school program, I was able to join officially at the age of 12.
Ever since I was in elementary school, I was known as the kid that did line dancing, as that's something I would always talk about. I actually started off in Mak Fai doing Kung Fu. We didn't really have baby lines. As I got older and stronger, I decided that I want to also learn line dancing.
At first, it was line dance club at my high school, which my Chinese teacher hosts, and I just joined that, and the leader of that club brought me down to Mak Fai. I was pretty shy, and I was pretty nervous because I never really done this before. It's always me watching, not doing it. I always want to be one.
First time coming down to the club was very intimidating. We did all the basic stances before we learned any other things.
I say Kung Fu is a really big part to line dancing because you have to get the basics down, as in horse stance, bow stance, any other stance. It gets the main part of line dancing down, so you have the strength.
Kung Fu is basically the base for all your line dance movements. All your stances are originated from Kung Fu.
What I enjoy about Kung Fu is the levels to it. It has such a traditional structure to it for everyone to easily learn and apply in their own life. The great thing about it is Kung Fu is beyond just our school. So for me, being an art student, being an American Athletic Studies graduate, I feel like Kung Fu has helped me to be really disciplined in my studies.
Kung Fu has helped me to become stronger mentally and physically because of all of the different drills and stuff that we do, as well as just discipline and keeping myself accountable and keeping committed to the things that I really love.
In order to grow a team, there's a lot of time and effort put into it, as well as sacrifices. Some of the sacrifices I had was spending time with family and friends because I'm spending most of my time down in the school 4 to 5 times a week. Our practices end pretty late, and sometimes we go out to eat dinner as a team, which has me going home close to midnight. But it's about my responsibility to keep this culture going.
The community that we created is based on a family system, so we treat each other like brother and sister. So we always take care of each other, get each other back whenever anyone needs anything, and I think that's what I enjoy the most.
The culture is to have fun, but to also be self-grounded. When we're practicing or trying to get better, we always have to be self-grounded and to discipline ourselves. But whenever it's not practice or performance, then it's for us to all hang out and to get to know each other and meet new people.
I feel really welcomed when I'm down here. Sometimes things might not be going the way I want at home, so my escape place would be here, and it would be really nice because everybody down here would feel like another family.
I think moving away to school made me really appreciate what we have here, because not being here made me really miss our community and miss getting to learn and experience the new things here. So it's been hard to be away from that.
My time during Mak Fai, I really think that a lot of people are really grateful for being part of the team. I think there's a culture down here that everyone feels inspired to do better, whether that's in any craft, cymbals, drum, to Kung Fu. And in a sense, it's really inspiring. I actually feel really happy to be part of this team. And it seems like each day, each performance that we get to know each other a little bit better, and everyone kind of just grows together.
Seeing all of the older members really inspires me because of how much knowledge they have of all of the different components of lion dance. And I hope that at some point I'll be able to know as much as they can so I can contribute.
Some hardship that I've witnessed throughout the years is like different perspective for the team. So for example, being old school versus being new school. But as a team, we were able to come together, meet each other in the middle, and with a lot of hard work and patience, we were able to grow to where we're at right now.
The culture in the school has definitely changed throughout the years. It was more kung fu focused, but as of now, the demand for lion dancing is so high that we focus more on lion dancing because we get so many shows. It's great to see that so many clients are booking lion dance performances outside of just the Chinese community, because we cater to so many different types of events such as weddings, grand openings, birthday parties, corporate events. But just during the Lunar New Year season, we perform up to about like 100 shows in a span of a month.
My favorite memory on the team is every Chinese New Year we're performing. It really like brings the team together. It has like this bonding of like Chinese New Year where it comes together as a family.
Everybody from the old generation to the newest generation coming together and just celebrating Chinese New Year together and just having fun while lion dancing.
It always has a good memory every year. It brings me joy when we would go shop to shop, just like jamming out, dancing. It's really fun.
When I line dance, I enjoy like seeing the faces of young children and elders like smiling, and it like brings like the liveliness together. It reminds me of like when I was younger, when I was watching lion dance, seeing the lion, how lively the lion are. It brings like a lot of joy.
I think my most favorite memory with the team is probably the trips that we have taken together. We have been to like San Francisco, LA, Chicago to learn more about lion dancing, also just for as a team trip, and it has been pretty fun.
I think my favorite memories are just coming down to practice because I really enjoy learning and just getting better at whatever we can.
My favorite memory or memories I have on the team is actually learning Kung Fu. I remember early on during freshman year of college how we all learned Kung Fu together, and I really appreciate those times. I felt like I was kind of a little intimidated at first, didn't know what I was doing, but thankfully for all the old members as well as the new members who were joining around that same time, made a very comfortable space.
Our team has came a long way because we are actually known for doing the traditional style. Everything is performed on the ground, but now the last few years we had instructors from our friends over in San Francisco, as well as instructors from Malaysia, coaching us, coaching my students, and bringing them to the next level of lion dancing.
Going to California, mostly San Francisco, that's where we usually go to train with another team. Having that trust to be going out to other teams, learning from them, and then coming back to teach. It was pretty cool.
I would say that I'm really grateful to network with so many different people around this world because we are able to exchange the knowledge of lion dancing.
Jongs symbolize the lion climbing up a mountain over its obstacles to reach its chang. Which is mainly food or a flower. And it comes back down from the mountain, spitting out the flower or the food. Meaning blossom of prosperity or like good fortune. It's a lot of hard work, but when we do it, it feels like a different zone than doing like something on the ground, where we're just flying and just matching each other's pace on poles, which is a lot harder than it seems. That's the only time I ever get to see the crowd is when you're head sitting, where the head is sitting on top of the tail's head.
When I dance, I tend to be my own zone because Each line dancers has their own like personality of dancing. Like you can just tell who's who when they're dancing because of the way they're dancing.
Taylor's put in very hard work as well as the head players. It's about 50-50 teamwork.
It's just finding that balance, really. Believing in your skills, believing in the craft, and what you've learned previously to make the line look alive.
We work together to like practice for that show, and like during show day, like everyone's come together, help each other out, like bring the stuff up, standing up, and like performing. Because when we perform, each instrument and line works together.
The drum, gong, and cymbals basically control the lion, or it represents the lion's heartbeat. Depending on the lion's moves, the instruments would have a separate beat just for that specific move. Instruments have a big part in line dancing because without it, it wouldn't really be a good show.
The instructors ourselves have to coordinate with each other, so the line dancing team has to understand what we just learned in the musical team to be able to come together, and then that will help us create a good routine, a good performance, and help us stay successful within the community. Every performance is very different. We take on a lot of special requests, and for us as a team, we want to provide the highest quality performances that will meet the client's expectations.
I would say a lot of the struggles in our group is consisting of finding a place to practice, because over in Seattle it's always raining. We can't really practice outside without damaging our equipment. In our clubhouse here, we have a low ceilings, and when we do the tricks and everything, we're restricted from jumping too high. Some people, they are not familiar with what we're doing. They don't know what we're doing down here. All they hear is just noises and drumming. I can clearly tell that they're not part of Chinatown. They're just living here. Most likely it's not Asian, but you know, if you're living in Chinatown, you gotta live with the culture.
For the community, I think line dancing is important because everyone has this sense of unity, even though we're from all over the place in Seattle, like every part of Washington, but when we come together, our focus is to work together as a team and preserve this ancient art of line dancing, which is really important because kids nowadays, you know, it's not something that comes to their mind first. I think we also contribute to the growing of the popularity of line dancing, and we in somewhat modernizing the art.
To me, I feel like the culture is always changing. It's dynamic, as it should be. You know, being half Chinese myself, I feel very connected to my Chinese culture. And there's a great sense of pride learning martial arts, learning line dancing. When you tell someone you're a line dancer or you know martial arts, there seems to be high regards and great respect that comes with it. And you know, that makes me happy. And it keeps me going when I learn more Kung Fu, learn more line dancing. It's a journey that never stops. And I feel like I'm committed to it for life, or try to take it as far as I can go. And I'm thankful for the team members who also have that same spirit. I feel like the culture here is it's very inspiring. So how can you not be inspired to keep going?
Being half Chinese, when I go to visit my grandparents and they ask me about school and stuff, and I tell them that I come here, I hope that by me doing this, I'm making them proud.
I think Mak Fai is important for the community as something they can see as a representative for Chinese culture, praying to all the stores, and also just spreading good wealth, fortune, and health.
Newer members are always going to be welcomed here. When I first came down here, I already felt welcomed. I felt included. People were talking to me, showing me new things. I would like to give that to newer students or newer members so they would stay and feel included, because nobody likes feeling not included.
Mak Fai is somewhere you should stay, as it teaches you a lot of who you are and who you want to be in the future. My goal is to better myself and to learn more, but also to teach people what I've learned in the past 9 years. Even though I might not know as much line dance and stuff, but I know a lot of leadership skills, and that could help everyone else that is new.
Line dancing is important to me because I have grown a lot professionally, even in life, academically, and I have also make a lot of connection here, make a lot of friends and important people in my life. So for us to be able to continue doing what we're doing right now, we need a lot of support from both the community and our members. This art has a very special place in everyone's heart, and I think it's really important to preserve this tradition for the upcoming generations.
Joining Mak Fai, like, they taught me like line dancing in a way that like teach me discipline and like other things too. I think what kept me stay was like the people and the memory. And I really like enjoying line dancing, so like the line dancing like really kept me down here.
Everybody's like a family member. I love all my Kung Fu teammates and my friends, family, yeah.
Our mission at Mak Fai is to enrich and promote line dancing and Kung Fu in the greater Seattle area and keeping the tradition alive by teaching the younger generations in the community. A lot of the kids here come down as a way to be connected to their culture, and it's our responsibility to provide them a positive experience and pass this art down generation after generation. Anyone can learn Kung Fu and line dancing. As long as you have the will, then I'm happy to teach.